Welcome to a new episode of Triggre Weekend Masterclass. And in this episode, I'm going to explain a little trick how you can see what Triggre actually sends to an interface. In Triggre, you can generate a message that you will send to the interface, but sometimes you want to be absolutely sure what's in the message itself. And you can do that by sending that message itself to Zapier first, and let Zapier send the content of the message to your email address. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this works in the normal application. After that, I'm going to change the design and show you how to do that. And then I'm going to show you in Zapier how it's being processed. So in this case, I have an interface to OpenAI. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a file to an assistant, create a thread, a message, and check out the messages. But at a certain point, I need to be sure what's in the message itself. So for instance, in this case, I would like to know when I link the file to an assistant, which files I'm actually sending to OpenAI. So when I click the button over here, which is check the file, I run a flow part that sends the files to ChatGPT. Well, in this case, everything goes perfectly because I've got a status 200 and the thread ID has been created. But sometimes when it doesn't go that smoothly, you would like to know what is actually sent. But first, let me show you what I create in Zapier first, because I'm going to need something from Zapier before I can do this within Triggre itself. So I need to create a Zap, and I need to, what they call, use a webhook. And a webhook is an interface listener, which just processes everything that's being sent to it. And it has a specific URL, which you can see over here. So I need to use this URL, that's important. So I need to copy that. And the event is that I catch the raw hook. So everything that's being sent to that Zap will be used. The second thing that I need to do is I need to send an outbound email to myself with that information. So in this case, I send the info to myself. And what I also do is, as you can see here in the body, I send the raw body of the webhook that I've created in step 1. So that's the actual information that I send to the other party of the interface. So let's go to the designer and let's go to the flow part, of which I would specifically like to know what's being sent. So in this case, I'm going to change the OpenAI link file to assistant, like I explained. This is the interface. It's a REST interface, and as you can see here, the URL is this specific URL. Well, I'm going to change this to the URL of the webhook itself, which is this one. And the beauty of this is that I can leave everything as is. So the fact that I send a bearer token, technically I can just leave it as it is. So as soon as I'm done testing, I only have to change the URL back to where it was, and then I can continue my application. So everything stays the same. Okay. Now I'm going to publish this design. So the application has been published. Let's go to the application, and when I click the check the file button, the information will be sent to Zapier and not to OpenAI. And I can see the actual information within the interface request. Oh, need to select a file, of course. There you go. So let's go to Zapier and see what I've sent. So I'm at Zapier now. I can see the runs. There you go. How does it look? So when I click on data out, you can see that this is the actual message that I've sent to Zapier, and this is the actual message that I will send to ChatGPT as well. I'm going to show you what happens when I select two files because the message will change then. So let's go to this one again, and to add, well, let's even select 3 of them. I'm gonna click check the file, going back to Zapier, back to the Zap runs, refresh. There you go. And there you go, you can see it over here. So the raw body has changed to 1, 2, 3 files. There you go. Do you want to see me next week? Hit the like button, subscribe to your channel. See you soon.